Hi Libra, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your May mid-month tarot check for all Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is for May 2020 mid-month tarot reading. And I just want to thank everyone who's been watching the readings, who have subscribed, commented, liked, and shared these videos. I really appreciate your support. And if you're new here, I'd love to have you as a subscriber and tap the bell if you want to be notified when new videos are posted, which is about every week. So I just posted a weekly reading. I also added a new reading to the lineup, which is a love tarot check. And then I did a seasonal tarot reading a couple weeks ago for the months of May, June, July, and August. So if you're interested in the summer and looking ahead, that's also posted. But for this week, we're going to do mid-month May. Now keep in mind, energies of the cards and time is fluid, okay? So the energy could have already started, or it could be carrying on into the next couple of weeks. We'll see what the cards have to say. If the reading doesn't resonate with you, try another part of your chart, like your sun. If this is not your sun, or your moon, your rising, or your Venus. So try another part of your chart if that's the case, because it's not for everybody, but it's always for somebody, I can tell you that. And sometimes the readings get very specific, and every single time when they're like that, somebody says that was for me. So let's hear what is going on here for Libra. May mid-month, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, the current situation, you've got this Four of Swords here, and the energy that covers you, or the immediate influence to it, is the Knight of Cups. Your destiny here is the Seven of Wands. In the distant past, you have the Eight of Cups. In the more recent past, you have the Six of Swords. And in the upcoming future, near future, you have the Eight of Pentacles. You're represented here by Temperance. The people around you in the environment is the High Priestess. You got the Page of Pentacles for your hopes and fears. And you got the Wheel of Fortune in the outcome position with, at the bottom of the deck, we'll take him off. We'll actually take two because there's a major arcana right after it. You've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor here. So, wow, really interesting reading here. You've got certainly air, so you've got Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius represented. And you also have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You have Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus here. You have Sagittarius. You have Aries, and you also do have Leo too. So, really could be a lot of different signs, but you definitely have something that's been on hold here in terms of love. But I also see money coming in, but that'll be later towards the end of the reading here. You have a situation here that's been on hold for a while. Certainly could have been, several months now. Could have been, the last couple months, but it could have been even more, 4 to 6 months, where there just hasn't been communication. There hasn't been, any kind of movement forward. You've just been kind of doing what you need to do, taking one step in front of the other, putting one foot in front of the other, and that it really does, the cards really do communicate. You've been all about, like I said, continue putting one foot in front of the other, but you have love coming in. You have somebody who is going to communicate with you, and I do think they want to have a relationship with you. I feel like you walked away from something in the past. I don't feel like it was this person, though. This feels new to me, or it feels like something that was somewhat recently started, like within the last 4 months, but it just didn't get off the ground. But they'd like to see it come to fruition. They'd like to see it go somewhere. And this person is very practical. They're kind of like both feet on the ground kind of person, even though you've got one hoof up here with the Knight of Cups. In general, they are responsible, they are practical, they are very, very smart, and they may be highly educated, like somebody with a PhD or some higher level of a master's degree or PhD kind of training. They're definitely high, but more educated. So that's kind of the current position, is transitioning out of not going anywhere to moving ahead. You have, in your destiny position here, you've got the Seven of Wands. And this is all about not letting anything stop you. You're very determined in terms of, your overall position in life, kind of your life map. You are always moving forward, Libra. You're always moving ahead. And a lot of it has to do with, creativity, being inspired, being able to take action on those creative ideas, making those creative ideas come to fruition, and just not being stopped by anything. You are very solution oriented and able to kind of navigate around things rather than just giving up. You're able to, pivot and turn in another direction and figure a solution out to what seems to be, in some cases, what may seem to be, something that's completely blocked. You're not. You're moving forward. But again, I do think that you had some kind of a bad breakup in the past, and it may have really put you on a deep soul searching. I mean, it feels like dark night of the soul. And when I use that phrase, I'm referring to a time in your life where you felt like you lost your complete identity and were standing there without an attachment to a new identity. It was a real time of uncertainty and kind of going, where am I going with this? Why have I been given this life? Where am I going? And as you moved away, I do think you were moving towards, more passions in your life, moving towards really being unmuted. Some of you were much tampered down by somebody and just, like I said, muted. And so this is you moving away from that and really coming into your own, creativity and your own personal power, and moving up to something better, moving on to better things, moving on to more freedom, to more happiness, and just a real return to joy. So that was in the more distant past, and that may have even been like a year ago or even two. In the more recent past, like within the last 6 months, you've continued to move on. You've continued to move forward. I think you've been building up your career, building up. Somebody here might be in like the hair industry or something like that, hair or makeup. It almost feels more like makeup, something like that, where they're very much into styling people, making them look good, and very focused on that, very focused on building a career, and maybe just staying single for a while, not having a sense of urgency to move forward with anyone. And you, again, with this Eight of Pentacles here, you focused on money, focused on putting in the work. This is in the upcoming future here. So you're going to continue to reap benefits from your hard work. It's definitely paying off. Money will begin to stabilize if it hasn't been. If you've been furloughed, you'll be going back to work. And this is really a time of stability. There's great stability here. So for those of you, if things have been kind of rocky, that's definitely coming to an end. And like I said, you'll be working, but it'll be with rewards. There will definitely be money and things changing in the next couple of weeks to months. You're represented here by Sagittarius energy, and this is the Temperance card, and this is all about just kind of going with the flow, getting in flow and releasing any resistance, okay? So if there's been something that has been weighing on you, some kind of a resentment, it's definitely a signal that it's time to let that go. It's a major healing card, so it's a time for, finding your path and knowing that sometimes we do take twists and turns in life, but we're always on that path, and it's divinely guided. The universe takes 2 steps when we take 1. So it's really a time for you to think about yourself here. And it's also about one day at a time. This can be the card of the alcoholic, but I don't feel that in this reading. I'm not getting that coming through. I do think you have, like I said, you have somebody here that wants to come in with an offer. I do feel like this person's very educated, and this is telling you to trust. So for those of you that have been wounded in the past, which who hasn't been, right? I think that's all of us. It's time to let go of those wounds and lead with an open heart. Lead with a heart that is open to love and open to receiving love, because you've got an intuition here, and it's, the cards around this are very positive. This is somebody who is trustworthy. Like I said, they might be somebody who works with their, works, or it could be you or them, but works in an industry where they make, they work on people, I guess is what I'm getting. So with this high priestess too, this is earth energy, certainly could be a Taurus. But it will be a time for you to let go of old ideas and let go of old wounds and allow yourself just to be guided into this. But like I said, it's somebody who's very, very intelligent. And they do want to bring you an offer. They do want a commitment. They are stable. They, again, they have money. This person's got, a lot of, this is, even though this is a page, it's a little bit more mature of a page, but this person has prosperity and it's been earned. And it's also, this is also about you too. So all the work that you've been putting in, this is your hopes here. You will be paid out on that. Okay. So if you've been waiting on something where you've been wondering about some kind of a payoff, that's also going to get taken care of sometime in the next couple of weeks here. And some of you may have even applied for some kind of disability, and that will be getting approved too for whoever that's for. That just came in. So let's talk about this Wheel of Fortune. I love this because it's a 10. So it is the conclusion of a cycle. You definitely, the Wheel of Fortune always turns in your favor. Okay, the universe wants to bring you gifts. It's us, our human experience, our own attachment to our ego that stops it. This is a great manifestation card, a wonderful law of attraction card. This is definitely a fortunate time that you're coming into this summer. And it's a card, like I said, of cycles. There's a turning point for you, and the change will be for the better. So for those of you that have been experiencing uncertainty and just not sure how things are going to work out, you're going to get a lot more clarity with this. There's definitely something more coming towards you. Again, you could be dealing with a Taurus here. I keep getting that. And they're, like I said, they're very stable. They've got their feet planted firmly on the ground, because here you have also the Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor. So Emperor's Aries, but there's a real confidence in these two together. These are determined, strong energies, and you have somebody who does want to come forward, who's, like I said, they're educated, and it's definitely going to be a commitment coming your way. So if it's somebody that you've been trying to manifest from the past, the Wheel of Fortune is giving you an indicator that the things that you're doing are bringing that person back around, okay? And I don't necessarily advocate for trying to bring in a certain person, but I did just recently listen to an Abraham Hicks 30-day process about writing down the person's positive aspects. And every time you feel a negative thought or a negative feeling about this situation, get out those positive aspects and read them again. And that's for 30 days, and that's who will show up in your reality. So here is an oracle card to attract more love in your life. Physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. So there may be something with this where, with this person, like I said, they seem to be very, very educated, and they may not be somebody who's particularly amorous. That may be something you will have to kind of initiate, because they're just not, that's just not their personality. But it doesn't mean that they don't care. It doesn't mean that they don't want that kind of interaction. It's just not their natural way to initiate it. And we're going to close off the reading with an Abraham Hicks, Ask and It Is Given. I am a physical extension of source energy. Everything in your physical environment was created from non-physical perspective by that which you call source. And just as source created your world and you through the power of focused thought, you from your leading edge place in this time-space reality are continuing to create your world. So isn't that the truth? We create our own reality. All you have to do is get clear about what you want, focus on what you want, and it will come towards you. It's a universal law. So I love you so much, Libra. I'll be back again in about a week for a weekly tarot reading.